Hello everyone, welcome back. It's time for another Kickstarter update. It's been about a month since we talked about the Kickstarter, and while progress is ongoing, there's a global pandemic going on, and some things have run slightly behind schedule, or at least the best scenario schedule. So let's have a quick update on where we're at, what production has gone into play, and where things are going. Quick update first with the really good news. The Pledge Manager is doing extremely well. I think at the time of recording, about 91% of you overall have submitted the final pledge counts, and those of you who need to do proofing to associate specific number of custom messages or felt linings that don't exactly one-to-one match or have the possibility of being potentially matched incorrectly from what you want on your vault order, you should be receiving your proofing spreadsheet very, very soon. If you want to see it right now, you can go to your BackerKit profile. You can click on your finalize link up there, and you should take it. You'll see a Google Sheet link under your public notes, which are the notes that I can share with you. If you click that, fill it out. There are instructions on that sheet. If you don't do that, expect an email from me within the next week or so as I get a couple of things finalized. I apologize for this one extra step of validation, and I know it's potentially kind of annoying, but that is something that unfortunately BackerKit wouldn't really let me do. They wouldn't let me associate buying one add-on with a specific vault from the vault questionnaire, and adding something like a custom message to every vault on the questionnaire went counterintuitive to the people who might not have wanted custom messages on their vaults. So I apologize, but the percentage of people who are going to be affected this is relatively small, and I wanted to do the most good for the most people. I hope you'll bear with me through that one extra little step to validate that I get your order exactly right. Speaking of orders, I have really good news. I've been able to finalize some of the final designs for the vaults. Now, a few small things have changed from these versions and the versions that you saw initially when the Kickstarter launched. First is there is a now very heavy chamfer on this front edge. It just breaks up the symmetry of the box a little bit, gives a little bit more character. It's just there to give you something very easily to like pick up the whole box with if it's sitting on the table. The chamfers around all the edges would prevent it from sticking if it got wet, but it didn't really have a good lever or handling point to do that. Now, if you spill a drink on the table, or if you're on like carpet or a softer padded table, like I have a giant mouse pad on my desk, you can reach down and your finger just fits in this little angle and you can pick it up super easily. Along those lines, I've also added a little pocket right here along the seam between the bottom and tops, which make it even easier to disassemble. Now, this one was prototyping on that, so this is not what it will finally look. It's going to be a rounded edge pocket instead of coming to a very specific point, because that is a little bit of a pinch risk right there on the edge, and doing it also manually means that I was very inconsistent in where it was going on both edges. And while I like the final version, this is the vault in walnut, which looks so nice and just beautiful. I love the way those grains line up. I have a better rig that's going to make it a lot smoother. It's only going to be about 1.5 inches in length, whereas this one is just far too long. I wanted to test it at extremes. This is a little too extreme, which is why this is going to be another one of my prototype or B-grade vaults, but that's not what you're going to see in the final version. These are going. I have some of the woods already pretty much finished from my initial wood order before the whole COVID situation happened. So seeing a couple of these finished should definitely be a good sign, I would hope, and is getting a lot of people encouraged that we're on track, or at least on one of the tracks, towards the shipment deadlines later this year, the pre-pandemic shipping deadlines, but I think we're still going to make it. So I have some of the woods that I'm hoping to get, well, that I've already received from my hardwood vendor, an initial order, which I just grabbed. I went there in person and I grabbed a bit of a mishmash of a couple different things that I could just find on the piles without doing a ton of digging, and then got out of there really quick before getting sick, and that has worked. The worst I've had health-wise right now is allergies and a little bit of some migraines from being up way too late. Thankfully, nothing worse, and I want to thank everybody for all the support that they've put on previous posts where I've been super nervous about this kind of thing. Now, for the final order, the woods to cover basically everybody's orders for the Kickstarter, I have placed that with the vendor. They have charged me. I haven't received an invoice, which is a bit of an annoyance, but they're a very pencil and paper kind of shop and not really an email you all the results kind of shop. So I'm hoping to kind of let that slide and trusting them right now. If things change in the next couple weeks with that, you will be, well, the second to know, because I'm going to scream so loud that my neighbors will probably find out first. But short of that, and they've been pretty reliable so far, so I think we'll be okay. I'm expecting the order of everything except for the ebony wood to be in shop by the end of the month, which is about when everybody's set to lock in their orders right now. So that's kind of on schedule. A little bit later than I was hoping. I was hoping to be able to sort of pre-work on a bunch of the vaults right now. But with everything going on, it's why I gave myself such a buffer on shipment times, because I knew I'm just one person and any one small mishap could potentially delay me a little bit. So I built that in to have worst case to be the advertised one. And if I ever did better than that, great. Unfortunately, we are kind of in a worst case scenario, so I'm making do, and I wholly appreciate everybody's patience as we continue to work through this. The ebony wood could be delayed by another month or so. I'm waiting to hear more from the vendor on where that's gonna play out. If you happen to be in the cottage industry at all and have a source on somebody who can sell some ebony at stock prices and is competitive rate, please send me an email or a Twitter DM or something. Links are down in the description. That would be super useful. But the boxes for the woods that I have are in production. The new rigging that I've set up on the CNC with the threaded table and all the cam clamps means that I can make one vault in about 20 minutes of machine time and about 5 minutes of setup and transition time, moving from lid to bottom. But I don't really batch a lid and then a bottom in one vault. I'll do like a dozen of these, bang, you're normally while finishing and planing down to do the other half of them. Also, you might have noticed a lot of clicking. The magnets are all in. I was able to order 3,600 magnets from a website and get it shipped, which made me feel like a Bond villain and really weird things to get in the mail, but that's all in. I've also switched sticker vendors, and I just got one of the sample kits that's on that little corner sitting right there that's out of focus, but it's there, and I'm really happy with their quality, and I'm going to be ordering the final count of the hollow stickers in about 2 weeks when Backer Kit orders close. Backer Kit, I'm expecting to close it by the end of the month, which means that's going to be the end of the Kickstarter pricing. From there, the shop is due for an update, and is going to have a whole new look, a bunch of new, cooler functionality, better search, better integration, better product photos, and you will be able to do some pre-ordering in limited quantities, in limited woods, on the shop at the full retail price. Backers are definitely going to get fulfilled first, but I want to sort of start having the things there on the shop, even if they're not in stock right now, for a bit of a shop refresh and update, which is going to be coming in late May, potentially early June right now is the timeline I'm looking for the general shop to update. Also on the dice front, I finished all of the Jumbo D20 dice, which come in the master kit. The special gift, I realized I just spoiled that. The special gift that you're getting in the Jumbo set in the master tier and above is a Jumbo Kickstarter D20. This is a 30 millimeter die compared to a standard 21 millimeter die, and that one dimension means that it's about double in size overall, which is awesome. This one die takes almost as much resin as making this entire Kickstarter dice set, which these are about 2/3 done right now. I have a bunch more on my dice workstation right over there just out of frame, but it's been going really well. Wow, I've been rambling for about 10 minutes now. So all of this comes down to a couple key points. The Backer Kit store is going to be closing down at the end of May, and we're going to be locking in orders and also issuing the final charges. The proofing emails for people who are getting multiple vaults or multiple combinations of vaults, felts, personalized, and or full lid engraving is all going to be going out over the next few weeks. Keep an eye out on your emails from that, or just get ahead of me and go to BackerKit to pull the information if I've made your proofing sheet. I'm still in the process of making those for everybody. Expect some more videos here on the channel. I have another dice making tutorial, as well as recording the process of making these boxes as I've been doing it. Part of it has just been working on getting the process of making these as simple and repeatable and sustainable as possible. But now I want to get it documented and out there to show support for all the people who have shown support to me. And then just sort of bear with me is all I'm asking. I know a lot is going on in the world and there is a lot of uncertainty. I am moderately affected by it. I'm one of the luckier ones right now that I'm able to keep my day job and I'm able to do this kind of thing through your support. But some supply chains and or potential problems could arise down the road if the U.S. government decides to defund the United States Postal Service, which is how I was planning to ship everything. I'm going to have to figure that out. I never thought I'd have to worry about international geopolitical shipping situations, but that's something that is now on my mind and I'm watching very closely. So fingers crossed, we're going to be okay. I hope you are also doing okay. I hope you and your loved ones are safe and healthy. Thank you all for the support, the patience. I know I can be a little chaotic or go dark for a couple days on Twitter sometimes. And it's just a matter of prioritizing the most important thing at the time. The last couple days, I've been working on something that's going to be in a video on the channel here for next week. And also these. I'm prepping a couple for the Wormwood Challenge to indie and cottage creators. So let's see if Doug rips me a new one. And if not, hopefully I come out of this looking moderately okay. But until next time, I think that's all I have for this update on the Kickstarter and everything that's been going on since. Be good to each other, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon.